I stood at the edge of the room watching them. She stood close to him, and the warmth between them was obvious. He looked over at me with a hint of uncertainty in his eyes, but she kept him calm. Her gaze stayed steady, guiding him with quiet confidence. I felt a gentle pull to step closer, to join what was happening, to stop being just a watcher. This was his special moment, but now I knew I was ready to be part of it. Before we continue, please take a quick second to hit like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks for being here. Let's begin. How long have you been doing this? She didn't pause. 6 years, maybe 7. I watched her carefully, trying to see past her calm expression. She sat with her legs crossed, hands resting comfortably in her lap, relaxed, sure of herself, no anxiety, no show, just peaceful control. And you don't mind being watched? Her eyes held mine. Not at all. I like when someone is truly paying attention. I let her words hang there for a moment, feeling the warmth in them. You ever work with couples? Plenty. But it always depends on who's really leading. I raised an eyebrow. And who do you think that is? You. She answered right away. Definitely you. That made me smile, just a small one. I shifted a little in my seat, legs uncrossing. The edge of my dress moved up slightly. I wasn't sure if it was on purpose anymore. She noticed but said nothing, just waited. And if I only want to watch? I asked. Then I'll make sure you see everything clearly. That answer touched me deeper than I expected. I took a breath and stood up slowly. My heels touched the floor softly as I walked to my bag. I took out the envelope we'd agreed on and turned to her. I held it out. She took it gently, looking straight into my eyes without speaking. I'll text you when to come over, I said. She nodded, looking forward to it. She left soon after. No hurry, no big goodbye, just a quick look back that stayed with me. That night, I lay in bed with my husband. His arms held me close, steady and familiar. We moved together gently, our breaths matching. His hands rested on my waist, keeping me near while I held him tighter. I guided him softly with every quiet word and gentle touch. My heart lifted as we shared the moment. His lips brushed my neck. I sighed softly, one hand in his hair, the other on his chest, feeling his heartbeat with every breath. He was giving everything, and I gave back just as much. The closeness built until it overflowed, warm, overwhelming, sudden. He relaxed beside me with a quiet sigh, our warmth still lingering. We lay there quietly, breathing together. That was wonderful, he said finally. Yeah, I whispered. It really was. He turned to me, still catching his breath. Was that my early birthday gift? I kissed his shoulder. One part of it. I have something even more special planned for tomorrow. The next evening came quickly. Soft golden light filled the room. She was already there, sitting on the edge of the couch, ankles crossed, completely at ease. Her presence felt comforting without effort. She glanced toward the door. Where is he? Still at work, I said. He should be home soon. She tilted her head. Did you tell him? I shook my head. Not yet. He's been wondering all day. That brought a gentle smile from her, soft and understanding. She leaned back, arms resting easily on the cushions, like she belonged there. You really think he'll be okay with it? I don't think, I said. I know. The quiet between us felt warm, just waiting. She didn't ask anything else. She simply watched the light move across the floor until we heard keys at the door. The door opened. He stepped in, bag over his shoulder, tie loose. His eyes found her right away. He stopped. Silence. His gaze moved to me, then back to her. Is this... I nodded. She's your surprise. He blinked. You're serious? Completely. She stood up gracefully and walked over to him, calm and focused. He looked at me again. I nodded once more. It's okay, I said. She's here for you. Her hand rose gently to his cheek. Then, without a word, she leaned in and kissed him softly. It was slow, tender, full of care. When they parted, he stood still, taking it in. I stepped forward and took his hand gently. As I led them both toward the bedroom, I leaned close and whispered, "This is your gift. Just enjoy the moment." The bedroom felt cozy and warm. I settled onto the chair across from the bed, sitting comfortably, fully present for what was about to happen. I hadn't said much since we came in, just enough to guide them and remind him this was his special time, and mine too, in my own way. She stood close to him now. Her hands moved gently to help him relax. Her eyes met his briefly, not asking, just connecting. He looked at me. A quiet moment passed. No words needed. I saw his question, and I nodded once, calm and sure. That was enough. She guided him to sit on the edge of the bed. She stayed near, her touch light and reassuring as she helped him feel at ease. He let out a soft breath, his shoulders relaxing as he leaned back slightly, eyes closing for a moment. Any worry he had faded away. She stayed focused, responding to every small change in his breathing. A gentle rhythm grew between them, calm and caring. I watched, my own heart beating a little faster. I shifted slightly in my seat. A soft warmth grew inside me, slow and steady. My hand rested lightly on my lap. I didn't move it, just let the feeling build naturally. After a moment, she stood again. Her hand moved gently along his arm as she helped him feel completely open. Piece by piece, she helped him feel more comfortable until he breathed freely in the soft light. Then she did the same for herself. Simple, graceful movements until nothing stood between their connection. She guided him back gently onto the bed and stayed close, their movements slow and matched to each other's breathing. His hands rested lightly at her sides. His breathing deepened as he let himself fully be there. A quiet sound escaped me, soft and real. My hand stayed where it was, simply feeling everything. I wasn't separate. I felt every bit of the closeness. Watching wasn't enough anymore. The pull grew stronger. I pressed my knees together gently, my breaths coming shorter. She leaned closer to him, her hands steady on his shoulders. A deep, contented sound came from him. That was my moment. I stood from the chair, slow and sure. My steps were steady as I crossed the room. I wasn't just watching now. I stopped at the edge of the bed. She looked up, calm and open. Without a word, she moved aside gently, making space for me. I stepped forward. She met me halfway, her hands brushing my arms softly, then resting at my sides. I leaned in and kissed her, warm, certain, full of understanding. She kissed me back gently, her closeness comforting. Together we turned to him. He sat there, breathing deeply, eyes wide but soft, taking in every moment. We knelt beside him. I took one side, she took the other. Our hands met briefly before we moved in gentle harmony, sharing the tenderness without words. My touch was soft and caring, hers steady and kind. We flowed together naturally. Eventually, she stood and offered her hand. I took it, and she helped me up. She helped me feel completely at ease, each movement gentle and thoughtful. When I stood freely, she leaned in and kissed me again, slower, deeper, like a quiet promise. I moved toward the bed. She followed with her eyes. When I reached it, I lay down, heart full and steady. She paused above me, her gaze warm. Couldn't stay just watching, could you? I smiled softly. I just wanted to be closer. She settled near me with gentle care. Her presence felt soothing, each moment full of tenderness. My head rested back as the feeling deepened, not rushed, just real. Then I saw him. He moved closer behind her, his hands gentle at her sides. Their quiet rhythm began, soft and connected. I felt it through her, the gentle flow passing to me. Her breathing warmed my skin. Everything aligned perfectly. The warmth inside me grew steadily. My hands held the sheets lightly, and when it reached its peak, it came softly, full, and complete. A gentle wave of closeness washed over me. My breath came out in a quiet sigh, my body relaxing under her care. She stayed with me until I settled. Only then did she lift her head gently. Behind her, his breathing had grown deeper. He leaned forward softly, resting close. Then he eased beside me, his hand finding mine. I squeezed his fingers gently. He kissed me softly, lingering. I smiled and whispered, "Happy birthday. If this was your gift, how would you react? Embrace it or turn it down?" Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts. Before you leave, please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for watching. See you soon.